What up? It's your boy Nick Incredible, and this is my series review for Umbrella Academy Season 3. Hands down, best season yet. Let's talk about it.
I just wanna be known, I just wanna be home. Feel like I'm all alone and I need to do it on my own. I just wanna be known, I just wanna be home.
I loved it. I'm gonna be 100%. I love the Umbrella Academy, but season 3 hits different, and I just enjoyed season 3 as a whole, man. Now, when it comes to Umbrella Academy, for me, season 2, it wasn't bad. I enjoyed season 2 in bits and pieces. It fluctuated a little bit for me for season 2. Now, season 1, it gave us that introduction to the characters, to their personas, to who they are as people, and their powers, and everything. But season 2, we were still reeling with the after effects of season 1, but they had this new whole thing going on, and in bits and pieces, it fluctuated for me. Now, what I loved about the series as a whole is that the whole shtick for Umbrella Academy is, these huge, massive apocalyptic events. Now, we had one in season 1, we had one in season 2, and the same trend followed in season 3. But that's something that we love from Umbrella Academy. That's something that it brings to the table. Like if any other action movie had like a foot chase or a car chase or something like that, that's something that Umbrella Academy brings to the table, is the huge apocalyptic event. But that's the only thing. Well, I take that back. Not the only thing. It also brought a little bit of little trickle over from the season 2 aspect with a lot of the stuff as well. There's a lot of Easter eggs in season 3 that's kind of a spillover from season 2. And what I mean by that is, I don't think this is spoiling anything. There's one character in particular that's a character from season 2 that spilled over into season 3, and like I didn't know who they were for the longest of time, and then boom bam, in a instance notice when something happened in the series, like I was like, oh, okay, I know who that is. Like for the longest time I didn't know, but like it was a nice callback from season 2 that led into season 3. And this season is a little bit different, man, because we got Ben. Now, we saw Ben in season 1 and in season 2, but Ben was a ghost, and he still was able to help out. But now we got a live version of Ben, and it feels great. Now, we know that Ben is now a part of the Sparrow Academy, and that's the whole trend of this season. They were still dealing with the fallout of season 2, but it's only been like a couple days for them, and they came home thinking they were going to rest and relax, and there's somebody else living in their house. So we know that the instances of them running into their father in 1960, I want to say, had some trickle over, and he decided not to adopt them. And that's the whole premise of this season. They're dealing with the Sparrow Academy, and the Sparrow Academy is dealing with the Umbrella Academy. The Umbrella Academy is dealing with the fact that their fathers are alive. So there's a lot of stuff that's going on in season 3 that makes it a really, really good season, man. And like I said, Ben is one of those things, getting these new characters that are the Sparrow Academy, which just so happen to seem like some really cool characters. The powers are a little weird and, not up to par to the originals, in my opinion, because the Umbrella Academy people are bringing just a little bit more to the table. And not because we met them first, they just bringing a little bit more to the table, in my opinion. There's a couple on the Sparrow Academy side that's bringing just enough, just a pinch or two to the table, if you will, and Ben, of course. But the season itself as a whole is revolving around them, kind of butting heads with each other and trying to stop another apocalyptic event. And like I said earlier in my review, is that that's what we're dealing with. We're dealing with another huge apocalyptic event, but like it's giving us so many more aspects. We got all of the stuff that happened in season 2, which just so happens to be like 2 days ago for everybody else. And that's now falling over into season 3, and it's affecting some of our characters. And you can see that throughout the episodes this season, that it's like really affecting them. And now the whole family dynamic is kind of up in shambles, and with this huge apocalyptic event lingering, everybody feels some type of way because Ben's back, but it's not their Ben, so they can't really resonate with him, you know what I'm saying? And then they have to deal with the fact that their father is now alive, but he's not their father because it's a different timeline. And, the time travel's back. Time travel is just like another one of the cast members, in my opinion, when it comes to this series, because that's something that we've done since the very beginning of the series as a whole. And I'm not mad at that, man, because you got to think about it like this. time travel plays a huge part in the story, in the plot of the season and in the series as a whole. So having time travel be, another one of the characters is evident in my opinion, because with the apocalyptic events, time travel is necessary. Because otherwise, like, all the stuff that happens to them, would be permanent if they didn't have time travel. But this season gave us so much more, man. We got to dive into a little bit more about Reginald. We learned a little bit more about Reginald. There's some stuff going on with Reginald too, man. But we get to see him interact with his kids from the Sparrow Academy in the Umbrella Academy. And it's a little weird dynamic for the ones from the Umbrella, because he was never really an attentive father to them. And now he's trying to play that role, and they're just not feeling it. They're not buying it at all, man. But I love the fact that this season we get all the hijinks, we get all the comedy aspect from it, and we get a little bit of seriousness. There's not much fighting going on, but there's a couple scenes here and there, but I love the more overall completeness of the story from this season, because we get to dive into the characters as a whole. And huge shout out to Netflix and Umbrella Academy for including Elliot Page, man. Even if it's not your thing or whatnot or whatever, I give them huge credit and shout out for including him and keeping him as the character in the show. And they even tied that into one of the aspects of the series, like that was part of the ordeal, and I think maybe like one of the episodes. So huge shout out to Netflix for that. Overall, I enjoyed the series, man. It was great. There's so much going on. I want to talk about so much more, but I don't want to spoil anything for anybody. Like I said, the highlights for me is the time travel, another apocalyptic event, and there's a lot of sibling rivalries and stuff going on this season as well. But the highlights, like I said, being able to see a full Reginald Hargraves and actually interact with him and have the conversations. And then there's a couple Easter eggs from season 2 that's spilling over into season 3. There's some Easter eggs in season 3 that spills over from season 2. And the biggest aspect for me is Klaus, man. I love Klaus so much. And this season, I feel like a couple of episodes was dedicated to Klaus, and we get to see him really, really shine this season, man. I know he done his thing in season 2 and 1 in bits and pieces, but this season we really get to see, like, Klaus, he's still Klaus, but he get to be a little bit more and dive a little bit more into his character. And a lot of the aspects, like I said, from season 2 just spills over into this season, which it relatively does in every season, but it had lingering effects. Like, everything that took place in season 2 had lingering effects for some of our characters in season 3, man. I gotta end it, because if I keep talking, I'm gonna end up being here and spoiling some stuff, man. But go watch Umbrella Academy season 3. Come back to my channel, drop some comments, tell me what's your favorite part, what was your favorite scene, who's your favorite character, what are you loving about this season. I want to hear it all, man. And you can actually watch this before if you want to. It really doesn't matter. Because I'm not spoiling anything, but I just want to know what you guys thought about this season. This is your boy Dick Incredible. Don't forget to smash the like button so you can't smash any more. Comment down below, and I'll be sure to respond to each and every one of them, and subscribe, but only if you really want to. Peace out.
I cannot complain, because today, I'm doing